world is going to be like 10 billion of population. So with 10 billion of population by 2050, it expect increase of food produce of agriculture product will increase 60 to 70%. So we need to increase to make sure food demand from population of the world is enough. If not, there is what I call it disaster. It's going to happen with the currently crisis of water. So we need to make sure our food production by 2050 from now going to be increased 60 to 70%. Okay, okay, let's move to the next topic. I would like to share with you about food security. Okay, food security. Actually, current agriculture is contribute 60% to the world population. Okay, what I mean is carrier in agriculture is involved 60% of the world in the world jobs. Okay, relate to farmers, workers, trader, seller, restaurant business, and others. Okay, so is all this occupation or job is 60% in the world. Okay, in Malaysia, as a Malaysian case, we Malaysian import about a quarter for food consumption. Okay, and so 3/4 we produce in the country, but we import a quarter of what we call it of the food from others. Okay, okay. So basically, in Malaysian case, we import about increase 6.5% every year. Okay, for instance, like in 2010, we import 7.3 billion of food. Okay, in 2013, 10.4 billion. 2018, 12.1 billion. Okay. If we relate with Global Food Security Index, so our country, Malaysian, is ranked number 28. Okay, it's mean it's not very good. Right? It's not very good. So we import, we depend on others for food production. Okay. However, the good news is some of imported fruit and vegetable, as well as fishery, as well as livestock, we can plant and produce it or harvest it from the country. Okay, like chilies, like mushroom, like coconut, like mangoes and bananas. So, so this is currently we struggle with the it's not how, but the human resource to plant these all these crops. Okay. Okay. We talked about food security just now, so it's very important as well as Indonesia, as well in Saudi Arabia. For instance, our neighboring country, Singapore, it's ranked GFS for Singapore is #1. Mean Singapore is no problem with food security. They got enough food. However, these
a PhD in technical and vocational education. So in Malaysia, we in UPM itself, we don't have Master of Science in Agriculture Education. We don't have something like that. We have Master of Science specifically in technical and vocational education, as well as in PhD. So I hope that the Yahya and Dr. Zulham maybe soon. We really want to see some students from your country, from Gorontalo as well as from King Saud, to come to Malaysia to further their study. Maybe maybe at a bachelor level, or maybe at master or PhD level. Okay, can you do that? Yeah, Dr. Yahya and Dr. Zulham. Maybe can you, promote our program at your school? So I really hope that will happen soon. So basically, to answer Madam Husna's question just now about the 3-circle model that apply in the US that consists of classroom instruction, and then the second one as the supervised agriculture experience and the FFA leadership. Maybe our technical committee can share the diagram that I made in my PowerPoint slide, so that we can see that the 3-circle model there. So the 3-circle model itself is not apply 100% in Malaysia. Okay. However, the uniqueness of this program is always discussed and debated. Okay. And a part of it is how this program can translate a leadership in agriculture among learners. So as far as we are concerned, the FFA component actually really want to prepare students for leadership and for all the students that we produce in agriculture. So however, the question raised about how we want to translate leadership in agriculture if we don't have any FFA in Malaysia. So maybe it's time for Malaysia to develop a basic structure of FFM. FFA is stand for Future Farmer America. So I think I just this is my rough idea, think about it. Just maybe now is the best time for Malaysia to develop Future Farmers Malaysia. As what happened in Thailand, I think for past 2-3 years ago, Thailand already developed Future Farmer Thailand, something like that. This is just to ensure that our students not only have a knowledge and competence in agriculture, but also have a strong leadership that can help their community that close to them. At least 5 years from now, we can see that what I hope just the graduate students from Bachelor Educational Program BPSP not only graduate with a degree, but also can help their community in plant vegetables, when they teach, and then they collaborate with parent and student. They work close together between each other in doing their project through FFM. So that is one of the component in the model of agriculture that what in Malaysia we should think and discuss much more seriously. And adding to that, I also wonder what happened to SAE in Malaysia. I understand that teachers who teach agriculture students at school, they need to supervise their teacher. They need to supervise their students when their students running any agriculture project. For example, in Malaysia, students learn how to plant a watermelon, or maybe plant chili using a fertigation technique. Fertigation stands for 2 words, fertilize and irrigation, and it's a soil useless, something like that. So we do not use soil as a medium for plant, but we use a soilless medium such as peat moss, something like that, or maybe a bio product, just to make sure that it can replace soil as a medium. So I just wonder about in Malaysia, because teacher, they really need to depend on the curriculum that developed by Ministry of the Education, and how SAE can be enhanced in Malaysia, because SAE stand, the component of SAE in the 3-circle model stand for supervised agriculture education. So the issue here is how SAE can enhance the program
with other people from around the world, including Malaysia. And maybe I cannot explain a lot about the model in agricultural education, but we do have a similar model in extension programs in Indonesia. As you know that agriculture extension is a non-formal education. So, unlike the formal education, in extension, there is no fixed curriculum to be implemented, because it's even though we call the extension agents the educator, but it is a non-formal education where the farmers are the adult learners in extension. However, if you see the chart that I I sent you on the next page, page number 2. You can see the flow chart. Could you please change the next page for the presentation? Yeah, the next page, please. Yeah, so here you can see that this is the major model in agriculture extension system in Indonesia, where we have an interaction between the research centers, where they generate research, they create products such as new varieties, or even new what we call planting methods, for example. And they, the extension system or the extension educators, they bring those technologies, the innovation to farmers through a communication channel. So they do what we call here as a technology transfer. They disseminate information from the research center to the clients, and the clients here, mostly the clients here are the farmers, and including the farmer groups, and also the small scale industries. So they kind of making technologies implemented in rural areas, and they it is very important to note that in agricultural extension system in Indonesia, demonstration plot is very important, because the in adult for the adult learners, they will not believe you if they don't see the results of new technology. So with this interaction between research centers and extension system or extension educators and the clients, we try to make a better life for the rural people. So although there is no fixed curriculum here, because it could be depending on the situation and the basic needs of the farmers. For example, some farmers might need new varieties. For example, farmers who live in the drought area, they.
So in my opinion, the good thing to practice agricultural extension is to be from bottom to up the level, not only taking the commands and orders from top of the let's say the pyramids, and take all the orders and command to farmers to apply. So it's like different situation, different challenges may face farmers. So we need to take care of all these diverse and different problems to the high officials and find and researchers and find the solutions. In Saudi Arabia, I think agricultural extension faced two main challenges. The first thing is that Saudi Arabia is a big country, like it's around 2.5 million kilometers. This big country has diverse climate, different topographies like geography, and different challenges may face farmers in around the country. The problem is here, agricultural extension work from top to bottom, which is like taking the policy and regulations, sometimes the problems discovered in some areas of the country, and just generalize this problem or solutions on the whole country, which is makes the solution less efficient when come to implementing phase. For the future leaders, as the FFA in the United States, we don't have like a specific program yet, but between 2019 and 2020, right before the pandemic, I was working with the United Nations Development Program, UNDP, to disseminate water issue awareness for the society. And my team and I was leading that team, decided to focus on young generation, not only to tell them or to raise their awareness, but to make them or to prepare them as future leaders to protect our environment, starting with water or groundwater in such a desert country like Saudi Arabia. We visited like many high schools and universities. We meet with the students there, and we explain and show them real cases from